Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all having the best day ever. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today and on my channel. I really appreciate your time and appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. So we are officially picking up where we left off. By the way, do you like the nails? They're very festive, they're very Christmassy. I know we're on Halloween, but I'm feeling very Christmassy today. I have no idea why. Literally the day before Halloween, the day you're supposed to feel Halloween-y. Anyway. No hate, please. No hate, please. I know that the Halloween people love Halloween very much so. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. And before we get into this video, first of all, I should probably finish my sentence. We're picking up the series again, which is going through every episode of Frenemies and reviewing and reacting to it. And basically, knowing what we know now, like, how does that change our perspective on things? We were doing this with the Shane Dawson series. We'll be continuing that as well. But I really want to dive back into these Frenemies ones because we're only on episode 4 and there's 40 episodes of Frenemies. So we've got to speed this up a little bit. So we are going to be doing that today. Also, if you click the link down below, you will see the link for the Facebook Muckers private group, which is our little community over there. If you go and request, I will accept you as quick as possible. And also my second channel is down there. Please go support it. I'm uploading every day over there as well. Okay, so anyway, this episode, first of all, this is what they look like for this episode. So just a very shocking intro, and it really just takes me back. But anyway, I have my notes, and we are going to be watching some clips, because especially this one, which is called Is Trisha Smarter Than a 5th Grader? Frenemies episode 4, relies very heavily on a lot of video clips that I need to show you, because this is probably one of the most memeable episodes. If you remember some shocking statements Trisha made, a lot of them came from this episode. So we are going to be looking at clips. But let's get right into it, okay? So the episode starts the tradition of the Halloween costumes, like we're aware, with Trisha as a play bunny. However, she says that she's going as Legally Blonde, which, I mean, I understand Legally Blonde, but this just looks like a cheap fucking Playboy to me. But anyway, no hate, no hate, no hate. And Ethan is, of course, dressed up as James Charles, wearing the Sisters Apparel hoodie, but it's a Teddy Fresh hoodie. I'm also going to open the window because it is very, very, very hot in here for some fucking reason. Also, the sun is literally set already, and it's like 5 p.m. We are officially in wintertime, and it is disgusting. Anyway, alright, so yeah, here are the costumes. So Trisha is Play Bunny, but Legally Blonde, and then Ethan is James Charles, because this was during the time as well, whenever there was the controversy about Sisters Apparel stealing the Teddy Fresh design, the color block one. So Ethan, actually, one of the funniest things he's ever done, I think, was he got a Teddy Fresh hoodie and he literally just wrote Sisters over it and basically showed that it was like a complete ripoff of Teddy Fresh. Okay, let's go through this. So that's kind of setting the scene. Alright, okay, so Trisha's first statement is how sexy she finds Ethan in his costume and that he is dressed like her ideal man, which is a masculine man who is very feminine. So we're starting off already and kicking it back into high gear with Trisha being obsessed with the idea of basically Ethan being her partner. And this episode is when Trisha is verbally saying that she does not believe that Ethan does not want to fuck her. And this is said many times, and Trisha is basically gloating about the fact that she knows Ethan wants to fuck her and all like this. And it's just, keep in mind, when they're filming all of these episodes, Moses is in the room and Ela watches the episodes before they get put out there. So the partners of both people are watching these, and it's just so weird that, like, that was ever, like, a conversation that continued happening about Trisha literally wanting to have sex with Ethan, finding Ethan sexy. And I've said it from the start, if you remember, that it's very clear. This is probably going to piss a lot of people off now because she is a baby. I really don't give a shit. Trisha Paytas was in love with Ethan Klein and settled for Moses. She was close enough to Ethan, but didn't get Ethan. Sorry, someone had to say it. Someone had to say it. She literally said for the first couple episodes of Frenemies that she wasn't in love with Moses while she was together with him, but yet in their first couple episodes was saying how much she wants to fuck Ethan. Believe what you want, babe. Believe what you want. So anyway, that's how we start the episode, so off to a very promising start. Alright, okay, so Trisha goes on to say that she thinks that Ethan is secretly in love with her. And then also, after that, goes to say that she thinks that he's actually in love with James Charles, too, because of how much he talks about him. And Trisha thinks that Ethan will end up wanting to be friends with James the same way that he ended up friends with Trisha and talked shit about Trisha for a bunch of years. Trisha states that James Charles is pure evil and that the entire beauty community is, and names Taddy as one of the main people that's very evil, but doesn't mention Shane Dawson because we're not there yet. You know, they still love each other here. Trisha and Shane, and Trisha's, you know, going hard for him. Just give it a bit of time before she throws Shane under the bus too. We're not there quite yet. Couple more episodes, babe, and we'll be right there. All right, okay. So, she basically says that James Charles is the worst person ever. Ethan is connected to a lie detector, and the reasoning is being that James did a lie detector video on his channel, and you know the guy who's, like, famous for doing all the lie detectors, like, he's in every single fucking video. Basically, he's doing it with James, and they asked James, did you knowingly steal the design from Teddy Fresh? He says no, and the guy goes, yes, that's true, like, he didn't steal it, or he's not lying. And then James goes, phew! So Ethan makes a big deal about the fact that James almost celebrated, like, getting it right. And, you know, it said that he wasn't lying. So Ethan is now connected to a lie detector test to poke fun at James Charles in this episode. So I have our first time stamp here. So this was definitely, I think, around when we started getting to, like, the bitchy stage of Frenemies. And this was what I loved about Frenemies, where someone would do something against them and they would do it the next episode. So James Charles did the lie detector test to show Ethan up. What did they do the next Frenemies episode? They did a lie detector test. Like, they were constantly on the ball with these episodes, and we start seeing it more and more and more as we get deeper into it, where they kind of just surrender and become fucking, like, drama channels, both of them. And it was really enjoyable to watch. I don't know about you, but I used to order, like, a pizza every single week. And I went on a podcast recently and we talked about this. We used to get a pizza every single week and eat it when it would come out. It was like a tradition. So when they stopped it, I was lost, babe, for a couple weeks. I'm going to be honest. Okay, anyway, first time stamp, here we go.
You're saying it, like, depends on the person asking the question?
Yeah, but you know the guy. Well, let me show you this video. Let me show you this. Here, this guy. He does everyone's. That's true. They're like, see? Everyone's like, oh, see? But you know this guy.
Wait, is he being serious or is he, like, trolling? Like, is James Charles trolling?
No,
This was also, I think, the first episode of AB being in Frenemies, which is exciting. Shout out AB.
he's being serious. He's like, I am absolved.
But he literally said, oh, yeah, it is probably the same thing, sorry. Like, he said it to you, so he already, like...
He already admitted.
Yeah. But he steals a lot of things. Like, you know, like, the makeup look. I thought you were doing the white paint look because he stole it. So I was like, oh, he's doing, like, stolen look. So, yeah, someone, like, but he has, like, a history of stealing things. So I'm, like, so confused
that
why
is
people
true.
don't, like, call him out on it. I
That
was
is
like, wait,
true.
but he's... I guess because he has money. But you know what? People like that always, like, come down. Like, he's going to be, like, a Toby Turner or something, like, where people
You
just don't
think
care.
so?
Or Shay Carl, like, one of those people where he's, like, flirting, like, well, I guess he's already flirted with people and got in trouble. But he'll, like, be brought down somehow because...
Fair play to Trisha. That happened again, and the allegations happened again after this, and Frenemies was one of the main contenders with it that were contributing to talking about it. So actually, what Trisha said there became true. The prophet was sealed
As they're, like,
by
not good
Trisha
people.
Paytas.
Do you think... do you think...
do
do you want to ask me a
You're, like,
yes or no
turning-
question?
Okay.
Here
Do
we
you
go.
think I'm hot?
No.
That's true.
Oh!
Fake!
I'm hooked up.
Fake!
I'm hooked
No,
up.
no,
Ask
this
me
is so
something else.
fake.
Ask me something else.
Oh my God, this
By
is
the
so
way,
weird.
this shit is scientific, bro. There is nothing wrong with this lie detector.
No, I'm not asking any more questions because it's like
Ask me anything. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Let me
How
see.
dare you?
It's just so weird. Like, Trisha was trying to make it such a point that Ethan was in love with her that it just overly comes across that she was in love with Ethan. And again, I want to remind you that Moses is in the room when they are filming this. So, it's just really fucking weird.
This is top of the line shit. Go ahead, ask me one more question. Anything.
Okay, do you, oh my God, I don't know what to ask. Do you want to have sex with me?
Like, come on. It's so weird. She was, like, so in love with him. I genuinely believe that. I genuinely believe it. I genuinely do. And I believe that's why she was being so vicious when she would attack him every time. That's why she fucking despised Ela. I'm sorry, put two and two together, babes. Like, come on now.
Wow, it really is just all about how much your mind is one place.
It's really
That's all I
awkward.
asked.
No.
That is true.
Oh, you could have.
This is such, that's such a lie. Like, we know that's a lie, like, whatever.
No, I definitely don't want to fuck you, trust
You
me.
definitely do. Because you want to, like, I just feel like you either want to, like, be me or be in me, you know? Like, one
What?
is true. I feel.
I don't want to be either of those things.
One or the other.
Do you think that everybody wants to be you or be in you?
Yeah, for sure. It's
Really?
one or the other always.
So Moses obviously wants to be in you.
Yeah, for sure, always.
You cannot imagine a world where people don't want to be you or be in you.
It's not. There's not a world that exists like that. Like I swear on my life, like everybody wants to like be me or be in me. Always.
And you don't trust me when I say I have no desire to fuck you or be
Yeah,
you.
I know you're lying.
Ugh, it's so weird.
You look so pretty right now. It's insane.
So here, you want to do this? Are you smarter than a 5th grader?
Yeah, for sure. But can I just say one more thing about the lie detector guy? I've been hooked up to him. Like, check out, like, me on his videos. Like, I've been hooked up to him. And he literally was...
That is true. She did it with Jason and David for sure. And I think she might have been there whenever Shane was doing it at one time. But she was definitely there for Jason and David.
Say, like, oh, I can give you whatever answer you want.
Dude, I knew that guy was such a scammer.
Obviously. He's in, like, everyone's videos.
But he straight up just says you can say whatever you want?
Yeah. No, he says, oh, tell me what you want me to say.
What?
Yeah, oh,
That's
for sure.
so lame.
And when I got hooked up
I
to
respect
it,
the hustle. I respect the
they're
hustle.
like, no, say yes to that, say no to that. Like, and I'm like, okay. He's not, like, real.
That is disgusting,
I mean,
though.
do people not know this? Because he's been in Shane's videos, he's been in Jason's videos, he's been in David's videos. He's, like, in everyone's, like, lie detector videos.
I think people just assume that he's trustworthy or something. But the thing is, like, lie detectors are a pseudoscience. They're not even allowed in, court.
Yeah.
It's a total pseudoscience. It just measures your pulse and stuff. If you squeeze your butthole, you send all the measurements wild because it increases your blood pressure.
Okay, so we get the point. That was them talking about the lie detector test. So on to the next one. I really did just want to highlight that about the lie detector test, and also just that, like, this is yet another mention. And if you've watched the other 3 of these I've made, Trisha's made so many references about, like, oh no, Ethan's obsessed with her and blah, blah, blah. And it's just kind of like, girl, you're really not hiding your little crushy crush here that we have. Okay, I have another timestamp that we're going to go to. Here we go, right here.
Adam Sandler, and then he loses and pulls a gun and, like, shoots out the crowd.
You really think you're going to beat me?
Yeah, 1,000%.
It's about the quiz.
It's given. Like...
And if you lose, will you admit that, like, not everybody wants to fuck you?
No, okay.
How can you not entertain the idea that there are
So
dudes not
weird.
attracted to
I've
you?
never... Okay, yes. Not attracted to me,
Like-
but everybody would want to fuck me for sure.
Well, why would I want to fuck someone I'm not attracted to?
I mean, it happens all the time. A lot of people tell me, I'm like afterwards, after I stop hooking up with someone, they're like, you're gross, you're chubby, whatever. I'm like, alright, but you fucked me. So, like, everyone wants to fuck.
They all insult you
No,
afterwards?
but, like,
I was like, that's fucked up.
It's really sad. It's actually really
Yeah,
sad.
that
I mean,
is
I happened
sad.
twice, but it's fine. I mean, that's because
I
I'm a
can
hater.
guarantee you Dan doesn't want to fuck you.
But you say this to your...
And
your
AB.
yeah, you
I
say
feel
this
it
to
too.
your little posse. Because
I don't
we're
think
friends.
everyone wants to fuck you.
Okay, well, that's cute. Like, just because, like,
So
you've been, like,
weird.
married for 12 years. I feel like you low-key wish that you could be single while you're famous and rich. Because I feel like you didn't get that out of your system, like, knowing that every girl wants to fuck you because you're famous.
You know what I mean? It's like, there's so much, like, of Trisha trying to, like, tell Ethan how he feels within these first couple episodes that it's so fucking weird.
And rich.
I mean, the dating and all that is really stressful. I hate that.
But don't you wish you could date now that you're known and have money? Like, don't you think you missed out a little bit?
I mean...
Yes, you do. It's fine.
It would be fun.
Seriously, like, don't you wish that you could do that? Yeah, it's okay to say yeah. He hasn't even, like, thought about the question yet. She's so weird. She's so weird.
Date, but, like, I'm not interested in that. I'm very happily married. But I'm saying, yeah, it would be fun to see what it's like to date when you actually have something going for you. Because when I was dating, I was I was broke, fat.
No, you're skinny when you met Eli. I saw them.
Yeah, I was skinnier. But I'm saying, like, yeah, it would be fun to date when you actually have something going for you.
Yeah.
But you just meet a bunch of vapid fucking...
Well, yeah, my point is you're missing out on seeing that everybody wants to fuck you when you have, like, something going for you.
I'm not going to satisfy anyone sexually. It's just going to be embarrassing.
Yeah, but you do think, like, Adam Sandler does? No, it's because he's rich and famous.
That is true.
That is true.
It's just
Where
kind of...
does AD come from, huh?
It's like, she's just trying to, like, and she started that off, I don't know if you heard it, it's kind of, we started, well, she was saying, but she was like, yeah, because you've been, like, married for, like, 15 years, whatever. Like, she constantly was, like, talking shit about his marriage to him, it's just so weird. Anyway, so they start the quiz, the general trivia, they start with the English round, and this ends with Ethan getting 2 points and Trisha getting 8, and then it's, like, the history round or whatever like that. Okay, the reason I'm mentioning this is because after this point, Trisha steadily falls to the bottom, and Ethan wins point after point after point, and she gets nothing, and she's answering with, like, dumb answers, and she's so quirky or whatever like that. And then by the end of it, they're actually, like, 1 or 2 points away, and the reason I wanted to mention it was because Trisha actually comes across as more intelligent than Ethan for the first English round. Like, he's getting everything wrong, she's getting everything right. And it was almost like Trisha realized that she wasn't being interesting enough if she was getting everything right, that she kind of just switched over. Sorry, my voice is still fucked. And then Ethan kind of picked it up from there. But it really was that Trisha almost realized that she was, like, portraying herself as so smart in the first couple quizzes that she kind of then dumbed herself down. And that's whenever we get the moment of, like, we don't need gravity and stuff like that, which we're going to get to. The reason I wanted to mention it was because of that. Okay, next timestamp. We are steadily moving halfway through the podcast already. I'm having such a jolly time and we're already halfway through. Here we go.
Alright, step it up.
Ethan, what was the alliance between Italy, Japan, and Germany during World War II called?
You'll understand very quickly why I'm showing you this clip.
So it was called the Axis powers.
That's correct.
Wow. You knew that was the Holocaust.
The fuck?
I low-key got really sad about the Holocaust this weekend. What was explaining to me?
I low-key got really sad about the Holocaust this weekend. Totally normal thing to say. Totally normal thing to say.
What actually happened, and I like started crying.
I start crying.
You just found out about the Holocaust?
I had no idea that they like tricked them into going to showers and like killed millions of them that way.
Have you seen Schindler's List?
No.
You should watch that.
I feel like I got really sad when he said that because we were watching The Producers and they had like Springtime for Hitler and I was like, oh, that's cute. And then he was like telling me, I'm like, well, what did Hitler do? That was so bad.
Oh my god.
And then he told me.
I have to beat you. I can't lose to you.
It made me cry. I'm showing I'm empathetic. Like I'm not like making a joke. Like I was like, oh,
No, I
sad.
just think you're. I can't lose. Everything's tied up in this. Just go ahead. You didn't know. You just literally asked me what did Hitler do that was so bad.
I didn't know really, but it's good to know and be educated. So.
All right. Well, on the topic of World War II, Trisha, the final second grade question: what city was the first to be attacked by an atomic bomb?
Good luck.
Okay, so we have that clip, and then I am also gonna go, or actually, the next timestamp I was gonna show is 2 minutes away from this, and there's actually like a good portion that I wanna watch in this, because coming up we have Trisha making a comment about how her and Moses do Holocaust roleplay while having sex in the shower. Totally normal thing to say as well. Yeah, we may as well just let this play.
Dummy.
In the U.S.
Yeah, in the U.S. Why are you giving her hits? Yeah, anywhere.
Oh, wait.
It was in the U.S.
It was in the U.S.
Uh-huh.
Are you being stupid?
No.
Okay, everyone take that.
There was a bomb dropped in the U.S. A nuclear bomb was dropped on the United States during World War II.
Yeah, this is like V-Day or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to say this was in Maui?
Right.
Yeah, Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, they nuked Pearl Harbor.
No, I'm sorry. The correct answer is Hiroshima in
Jesus
Japan.
Christ.
You never heard that?
I've never heard that city in my
Jesus
life.
Christ.
Did we
Christ.
have World War II too? So we had
Oh
the
my
Germans?
god, how I can't lose. Go.
I didn't know this.
I can't lose this.
The Germans and the Japanese.
They were teamed up.
America being so strong and winning that war against everybody.
We did.
Love that, yeah.
Well, America was really, they fought the Japanese, really.
That's amazing.
Pounded it.
Wow, yeah, we kind of killed it.
Literally.
All right.
This podcast was literally a social experiment, if you ask me.
Third grade. I guess, yeah, we're back on Ethan. What type of feather, beginning with the letter Q, did people write with during the Middle
Quill.
Ages?
Next.
Okay, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Trisha, Julius Caesar was the emperor of what empire?
Good luck. You don't know anything.
I know Julius Caesar.
Honolulu.
Rome.
That's correct, Rome.
Et tu, Brute.
Wow.
I know. I just really
Ethan, what is Rosa Parks most famous for?
She was...
Oh yeah, we have a very good comment from Trisha coming up here as well about Rosa Parks. Just wait.
Civil rights activist who refused to sit in the back of the bus. We will overcome.
That is correct.
Ironic, because the cool kids sat in the back of the bus when I went to school. Isn't that funny?
It is funny.
Yeah.
That is a really good observation about race.
I'm just saying, like...
What's the score?
Anyway.
The score is 8 Ethan, 10 Trisha.
We're closing.
So quickly. We have to count that. Oh, thank you, babe.
Wait,
Okay, So one thing I do want to note as well is so I've written down in my notes that it's like an off comment that Trisha makes about her and Moses doing Holocaust roleplay while having sex in the shower. So I didn't write down a timestamp because it's something she says briefly, and Ethan is like, that's really offensive that she said that, and Trisha's like, I was saying it as a joke or whatever. So I didn't even write that down. So just know that happens as well. I'm literally not kidding you. Trisha goes on a tangent about how she didn't believe Egypt was a real place until recently. That's another thing that happened. And I've written down super ironic moment. Oh, iconic moment. Wow, I'm excited to see what moment this was. I didn't remember. At this next timestamp, so we are nearing the end of the podcast, and now I'm very excited to see what I deemed as iconic moment. My goodness me. I'm so excited to know what it was.
Pole of another magnet will do what?
Oh,
Stick
the
together.
gravity.
That's correct.
This
Thank
is
you.
so stupid.
Trisha, what is the
So dumb.
Trisha, what is the force that causes objects to fall to the ground?
Girl, you better.
I know this because my titties are low thanks to gravity.
Yay!
Here we
Okay,
go.
really?
No anecdote.
Can we just also say we don't actually need gravity? But that's a different thing.
What
Like,
do you mean by
I
that?
saw someone just
Okay, here's my thing before we get to this. I understand that, like, Trisha does this to, like, be entertaining or whatever like that. And, like, my dad has, like, sent me this clip before being like, oh my god, like, how can someone be this stupid or whatever like that. It was, like, a TikTok and, like, it was going viral. I know that Trisha's, like, playing a character when she does this, so I don't even, like, find it entertaining because I'm like, oh, she's playing dumb. Trisha knows, Trisha understands, she's being entertaining for the podcast. So I actually never find this clip that funny. I mean, it's iconic in the terms of, like, Frenemies. It was one of the most viral moments. But, like, in theory, like, we know that she's faking it. So I don't know if that changed it for you, but it changed it for me. Anyway, we'll let it play.
This is a TikTok. We were watching something where someone's like, we don't actually need gravity. We were watching this to me. Like, we actually don't need it.
What do you mean that we don't need gravity?
What if it was never invented?
Invented by who?
Sir Isaac Newton.
Isaac Newton created gravity.
You know what I mean? Like, she's playing
Whoever
a
created
character,
gravity,
so...
someone did, but we don't actually need it.
There was
we
a
could have
time
just
on
all.
there was a time on Earth before gravity existed.
Yes. Who created gravity, babe? Dan.
It was Isaac Newton. You're right.
You were in the
Right.
right ballpark. Sir Isaac Newton perhaps first defined and discovered
Maybe-
gravity. He
What do you mean we don't
invent
need gravity? I'm curious about that
We just
statement.
don't need it.
But, like, what do you mean?
The moon doesn't have gravity.
It does. All bodies, all celestial.
Right, I don't mean to be, like, a bore, but, like, I just don't find her entertaining whenever she's, like, playing this, like, dumb character. Like, it's something very few people have successfully done, and one of those few people, I would say, would be Paris Hilton. Like, ditzy, kind of dumb, but, like, Paris Hilton, like, does it well enough where you're kind of like, did she actually, like, mean that? Whereas Trisha, I'm like, oh, she's doing this as, like, a bit, you know, to, like, to make the podcast be like, they're like, so, you know, Dan's laughing and they're all finding it funny. Like, it's just kind of very, sorry, I don't hate to be a bitch, but, like, pick me energy of, like, laugh, oh my god, laugh at me, laugh at me, laugh at me. Right? Or maybe I'm just being rude. Who knows?
I mean,
Possibly.
all body,
All
you have
mass.
gravity.
Anything with
In
mass
fact,
has gravity.
In fact, some would say you have a sizable amount of gravity.
What's that mean?
Fuck.
I'm fat? You're calling me fat
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, true.
And then we have the, well, you're fat, fatty. How about you lose some weight, fatty? Fatty. We have that next clip here, which is one of my favorite Frenemies
Thank you,
moments.
Moses.
Well, you're fat.
Well, you're fat. You're fat, fatty.
Lose some
Doesn't
weight,
bother me.
fatty.
Keep eating,
I'll
fatty.
keep
Oh
eating
my
fatty.
god.
Go
Wait,
read a book
wait.
and eat chocolate, fatty.
Wait
No
till
one
I
wants to
take the lead.
No one wants to fuck you,
But
fatty.
what do you mean that we don't need gravity? I don't understand that statement. What do you mean by it? Like that we could exist without gravity?
Yes.
You know, we would just be floating around. Nothing would be
That's
anchored
why-
to the earth.
Yeah, but if that's all we know, nobody would know any different.
How are you going to exist on this earth without gravity? You'd be thrown into outer space. There'd be no atmosphere. There'd be no oceans.
Literally don't know what you're talking about. Like, I literally checked out of this conversation.
Okay, let's keep going.
I'm so confused.
See, that's whenever
Let's
she
move
can't
on.
keep
Let's
up with the
just go.
character then.
Well, let me
That's just kind of like my attitude of it. Like, she can't keep the character up enough the way, like, Paris Hilton would, which is, like, she would continue to, like, play dumb, where Trisha just kind of gets, like, bored of it. Anyway, so I've written down that the arguments start at this point. So, we only have 2 more timestamps that we're going to get to. Aw, sad, sound effect. Aw, the crowd are upset. So the entire game, Trisha falls incredibly behind, and it looks like Ethan is gonna win, and then Trisha gets more and more aggressive about not caring about winning, and that she's rich enough to send Ethan the prize money of $1,000, that she was the one who said that they should have done it for like $1,000 anyway, and that Ethan is so poor that he'll have to like afterpay her. I love this money shaming already. Very good look, Trisha. And the last question, they're only 1 point away. However, as Trisha works her way up, they get closer up. And Ethan fails a lot of the questions, but basically, Trisha just gives up and sends Ethan $1,000 and sends him 1,500 for a little extra, as his life is so boring and he needs a little spice in it. So again, this is where the bitterness comes out. Okay, we have 2 more timestamps to get to. Okay, here we go.
We're only picking 2 categories and
Go ahead.
one.
Go ahead. Bullshit.
Oh my god, this is bullshit.
All right, Ethan.
Stupid.
What are the 3 states of matter?
You can resign you can end this anytime you want. Do you know what the 3 states of matter are?
It's your question.
Gas, liquid,
Wow.
solid.
Ooh, I'm so wet from that, but you got laid all the time in high
3.
school with that knowledge. So fucking hot.
I'm not trying to turn you on. I'm trying to take your money.
Sure.
Do you understand?
Again, another
how
reference,
humiliating it would be to lose to someone who doesn't know that Egypt's real.
Do you want... Whatever.
I'm trying to make it look. I'm trying to make an interesting
You're just
show.
so jealous of me. It's insane.
I'm trying to make an interesting show. I didn't want to sit here and talk about like what's wrong with Trisha every episode. I wanted to make it like more interesting.
Yeah, like the highlights. You always say Trisha Paytas versus Gabby Hanna, Trisha Paytas, and you never. I don't even get a percentage of the highlights. You can all.
Alright, the reason I wanted to include this was because here's the first mention of that he gets at 5%, which is the big argument about Trisha being angry that she didn't think she was getting enough money, wasn't getting paid for the highlights. It officially starts on episode 4, even though famously people think it started at the last couple episodes. No, it started on episode 4.
Highlights, and you use my name every single time.
I mean, I do that with every guy. You want me to read?
See, I'm not a guest. I'm not a guest. When you do it with Ela, you're not like, Ela this. It's always just like, whatever the topic is you're discussing.
Mm-hmm. You think about that a lot.
You literally baited me last time, like, who do you hate the most? Like, all this stuff, like, and you're like, so you have an issue with Anthony Padilla. Bring up drama from 8 months ago for a shitty highlight.
No, it wasn't for the highlight. I was just curious.
I hate to say it, Trisha makes a great point here. I mean, but that was also what she signed up for, and they should have done a stricter contract where that was set in stone, that if Trisha didn't want that, but that's also what a podcast would. I actually, in theory, looking back on this, whereas in the moment I just sided with Ethan, I see both of their points now. I understand that for Ethan, it's a job, it's a podcast, and for Trisha, it's a job, it's a podcast, but if Trisha, is feeling that she can't even have a natural conversation without it being, sold off as his own video, I also understand the frustration in that, so...
You really want to cut that highlight?
Yeah, I really want to cut that highlight.
So you suggested maybe that I recoup the cost and then split it?
On the highlights channel, yeah.
You want to do that?
Mm-hmm. Or just put me in touch with the people who do Teddy Fresh so I can make my own clothing line.
The people who make Teddy Fresh?
And she ended up doing that with Sad Boy 2005 that no one fucking bought, just like the music she released.
Right? Ela.
No, like the people like manufacture. I need like a team too.
Oh, you mean our employees?
Yeah, and then that way you can have the podcast highlights and we'll call it even. Just put me in touch.
You want my team, but my team, they work full time for Teddy Fresh.
Okay, well can we find another team, like put together another team like you guys did, Teddy Fresh, but for me.
Oh my god, dude, it's not that easy. It's very difficult.
I have an idea for a clothing brand. Fine, whatever, I'll do it myself.
What is it?
Von Dutch wants to collab with me, so maybe I'll just do that.
Wait, what's your idea?
And Trisha, it's gonna sell amazingly bad. Amazingly bad. Amazingly bad.
I'm gonna wear it every episode and I'll promote Von Dutch. I'm not gonna tell you.
You think that we're competing in the clothing?
I'd kill you guys in the clothing. I think that's what it is. Like, I just would, like, murder you guys in that. Oh. And not a group of crows.
So you want my team to make a competing brand? The fuck?
How about if you get a percentage? Like, I feel like that's fair. Like, take a
So-
percentage. Like,
He gets that 5%.
anyways, we can talk about later when we never talk. We never talk outside this show. It's like, hey, what's up? Bye. Can we just
Do
go?
you want to resign? It seems
No,
like you want to
you
resign.
what? No, because you know I could actually win now. Let's go. Last
All right.
round,
I mean, I
let's
just
do
want
it.
to end it.
Alright, okay, and then the last timestamp that I have is literally just for less than a minute, but it kind of ends it off well. And then I have one more thing to say to you, and then that is episode 4. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Okay, Europe is north of it,
Oh my
Yes.
god.
and then
North
Africa is south of it.
South of it.
Mediterranean.
That is correct.
Thank you.
We're gonna get canceled so fast. This podcast is over. Like, this is gonna be the worst.
You think this is awful?
This is the worst. I literally made fun of someone the other day, specifically Gabby Hanna's podcast, where they were like doing Cards Against Humanity on a podcast. Like, what the fuck? This is not a YouTube collab.
Well, don't you think
This is
that
fucking not
you should work
2012.
harder to make it more entertaining then?
Okay, but like a podcast is like talking and topics, and that's exciting. This is like,
I'm trying something new. If you have stuff that you want to talk about, you can tell me. I mean, I brought some stuff to the table. To be honest, I didn't expect this to go this long. I thought I was going to blow you out.
oh,
That we would.
sounds sexual.
It's not.
Or blow me out.
No, it's not sexual.
Okay.
AB, is it sexual?
Okay, I'm gonna end it there, and we're literally ending on another sexual reference. So again, Trisha sends him the money. The podcast ends with Trisha getting her way, and they create an impromptu musical theater round for fun. However, it's an excruciating watch, as Ethan clearly doesn't stand a chance, and Trisha just interrupts anything that he says with singing very badly a musical theater song. But that is episode 4 of Frenemies. Let me know your opinion of it. We will be kicking this into high gear. We will be doing this daily again. I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. Make sure to join the Facebook group. Make sure to watch my second channel if you want. I love you. I will see you in my next one. Please make sure to subscribe, like the video, comment down below. Let's talk. I love you. Bye. Mwah.